The burial ground may be unlike any other Roman cemetery in Britain.
New artifacts doesn't always lead to a clearer understanding of the past. In fact, some discoveries raise more questions than they answer.
Scientists think cutting-edge technology could reveal new information in a key piece of evidence.
Each new find adds to the oldest and most well-preserved human specimens ever found. Despite decades of study, it serves as a portal to bygone eras, offering glimpses into civilizations long forgotten. In this video, I'll explore some of the most puzzling and captivating finds in archaeology, each offering a unique window into the past. Number 1. Mass graves and mummified remains. Back in 2009, archaeologists found something big in Weymouth. When they checked out the bones, they saw these guys, probably Viking raiders, had met a pretty gruesome end, with signs of beheading and other nasty injuries. This discovery gave us a peek into the violent clashes between the Anglo-Saxons and Viking invaders way back in the early medieval times. Then, in 1996, over in Egypt's Fayum region, they stumbled upon a huge graveyard from the Greco-Roman era. But here's the twist. Lots of the mummified remains they found had met violent deaths. Some poor souls had been found with their heads and hands chopped off, while others had wounds that probably killed them. This suggests that this cemetery might have been where they buried criminals, slaves, or people who died violently. Studying these bones. Number 2. Screaming Mummy. Another mysterious find is the Screaming Mummy discovered in the royal cache at Deir el-Bahari. This mummy's contorted expression suggests a violent or agonizing death, prompting theories about its identity and demise. Some believe it could be Prince Pentawere, implicated in a plot against his father, Pharaoh Rameses III. These mysterious mummies offer some clues about ancient Egyptian society, inviting further investigation, the secrets concealed within ancient tombs, and explore the truths of civilizations past. Number 3. Pocket Sundial. Ancient Roman object. In January 2017, a long-standing mystery that spanned over 2 centuries may have found some clarity, yet lingering uncertainties persist among scholars. The story is centered on an odd ancient Roman, a site destroyed by the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD. Closer examination, suggesting it might serve as a pocket sundial. Suspended from a string, its elongated end would cast a shadow across a grid on its face, with vertical lines representing the month and horizontal lines indicating the twilight hours. Yet a lingering question persists. If Romans possessed pocket sundials, why are they not more prevalent? The existence of such a device suggests a level of technological sophistication that we are still uncovering. Number 4. Rujum el-Hiri. Rujum el-Hiri, also known as Gilgal Rephaim in Hebrew or the Golan Stonehenge, is an amazing ancient structure nestled in the heart of the Middle East. This colossal megalith, dating back approximately 5,000 years, lies in the Golan Heights region of the Levant, and over 40,000 tons, arranged into 5 concentric circles. The largest circle spans more than 500 feet in diameter. At its center stands a 15-foot-tall cairn. Scrutiny since its initial documentation in the late 1960s, the purpose and origins of this site remain shrouded in mystery. Was it a site for religious ceremonies or ancient astronomical observations? Who might have been laid to rest within its core? Unfortunately, answers to these questions may remain elusive for the foreseeable future. The structure's scale and complexity continue to baffle researchers, suggesting a level of organization and purpose. 7. Researchers made a fascinating discovery in the Atapuerca Mountains of Spain, a cave containing the skeletal remains of at least 28 individuals. The bones, dating back to around 430,000 BC, provided valuable insights into early human history. After years of study, scientists uncovered evidence of violence among the ancient inhabitants. One individual showed signs of having been murdered, with skull fractures indicating fractures, suggesting a violent society. This discovery sheds light on the complexities of early human behavior and settlement patterns in Western Europe, offering a glimpse into our ancient past. The study of these remains continues to provide new insights. Revealing evidence adds to our understanding understanding of how early humans lived, interacted, and ultimately met their demise. Number 6. World's oldest shipyard. The Department of Cultural Heritage Preservation on Dana Island. This discovery revealed the world's largest and oldest known ancient shipyard. Dating back to the Greek Dark Age, the shipyard was constructed shortly after 1200 BCE. Dana Island is believed to have been the original home of the Denian, one of the tribes of the Sea Peoples, before being taken over by the Greeks. While initial uncovering began in 2015, it's only recently that the full extent of the shipyard has been determined. The shipyard has an impressive 294 slipways, enabling the simultaneous construction of nearly 300 warships. Archaeologists speculate that this vast warships constructed at Dana Island played crucial roles in historic naval battles, including conflicts between the Greeks and Persians. Number 7. The Knife-Armed Man. In northern Italy, archaeologists discovered intriguing remains at a mass burial site dating back to the 6th to 8th centuries CE. Among the deceased was a middle-aged man with a remarkable feature. His arm had been amputated below the elbow and replaced with a knife. Further examination revealed that the man had utilized the knife as a prosthesis. Signs of extended the knife with straps, which he tightened using his mouth. Near the pointed prosthesis, archaeologists discovered a buckle and decomposed material believed to be leather. Number 8. The Black Sarcophagus. Discovered in Alexandria in 2018, this massive coffin held 3 skeletons submerged in sewage. Their identities remain a mystery, leaving archaeologists to speculate about their lives and burial. Number 9. A prison for witches. Let's go back to Scotland in the 16th century when witch hunts were all the rage. Aberdeen had a whopping suspected of witchcraft. Well, it turns out they locked them up in St. Mary's Chapel, a local church on the edge of Aberdeen. They even had iron rings in the walls to chain up the accused witches. People were really terrified of witches back then because they believed they could do all sorts of harm, like hurting people, animals, or even causing crop failures and death. Number 10. Ancient chemical warfare. Let's go back to the year 2009, a time when archaeologists were busy digging in the ancient Roman city of Dura Europos, located in what is now Syria. You see, during the siege of Dura Europos in 256 CE, the Romans faced an unconventional threat from their Persian adversaries. Instead of engaging in direct combat by the Roman defenders, turned into a corrosive acid in their lungs, resulting in the deaths of around 20 in ancient times, and highlights the ingenuity and brutality of past conflicts, to emerge as a significant trading post under British rule. But amidst the colonial hustle and bustle, whispers of a rich and mysterious pre-colonial history echo through the streets. At the center of these whispers lies the legendary Singapore Stone of the Singapore River. This ancient relic, believed to date back to the 10th to 14th centuries, is steeped in myth and legend, much like the city it represents. According to local tales, the stone bore inscriptions recounting the history of Singapore, etched into its surface by the legendary strongman Badang. However, tragedy struck in 1843 when the stone was destroyed during British efforts to fortify the river mouth, leaving behind only scattered. Singapore Stone remained covered in mystery, adding to the allure of Singapore's intriguing past. Number 12. Pompeii, a city preserved in ash. In the year 79 AD, a time when the Roman city of Pompeii was thriving near Naples, Italy, under a thick blanket of volcanic ash and pumice. This natural disaster sealed Pompeii and its inhabitants in a moment of time, preserving their lives and surroundings in astonishing detail. Fast forward to the 18th century when Pompeii was rediscovered, offering the volcanic ash not only preserved the city's structures, but also everyday, even food remains were found intact, frozen in time by the ash. Among the most haunting discoveries were the plaster casts of Pompeii's inhabitants, capturing them in the midst of their daily activities, or Pompeii. Number 13. The Terracotta Army, silent guardians of the afterlife. In 1974, Chinese farmers digging a well near Xi'an unearthed a remarkable archaeological treasure. Beneath the surface lay a vast underground complex housing. This extraordinary discovery, known as the Terracotta Army, was part of the mausoleum complex of Qinshi. Comprises over 8,000 soldiers, 130 chariots, and 150 cavalry horses, each uniquely designed with features. Positioned in battle formation, these figures were intended to accompany and protect the emperor in the the afterlife. The creation of Shi Huang. The Terracotta Army has not only provided insights into ancient Chinese warfare and of Blajungfrun. If you ask the people living on the mainland of Sweden about Blajungfrun, they'll likely warn you to stay away. They'll tell you the island is cursed and was once the home of witches. There might be some truth to their warnings, as a brave team of archaeologists found strange evidence while investigating the island's caves. The discoveries include signs of rituals dating back 9,000 years and an ancient labyrinth with mysterious purposes. The caves on Blajungfrun are particularly fascinating, with a stone altar in one cave and what appears to be a theater stage in another. These features are highly unusual for the Mesolithic Stone Age, sparking much curiosity. In the same cave as the stage, archaeologists discovered hammer stones. These stones were used for grinding materials, suggesting they might have been part of ritualistic offerings. Despite these intriguing finds, experts remain skeptical about the Swedish legend that giants created the enormous Yttergrytta caverns on the island's shoreline. The superstition surrounding the island is so strong that no one has ever dared to steal the stones from the giant labyrinth. Moving these stones is said to release a curse, and no one wants to take that risk. Number 15. The Codex Gigas. The Codex Gigas is renowned as one of the largest surviving illustrated manuscripts in the world. Its name means giant book, which is fitting considering its massive size. The manuscript contains 620 pages, each 3 feet high, and it appears that a single monk wrote the entire manuscript in 13th century Bohemia. Codex Gigas are not what give it its infamous reputation. The book's dark notoriety comes from this illustration earned the Codex Gigas the nickname of the Devil's Bible. The reason for this unusual drawing remains a mystery, as it was certainly not standard practice at the time. This bizarre inclusion gave rise to a legend that the devil himself created the Codex Gigas. According to the story, a monk was condemned to be walled up and starved to death possible, so he made another deal with Satan. In exchange for his soul, the devil agreed to complain of the manuscript's true origin. Number 16. The Dead Sea Scrolls. Ancient text is considered one of the most significant archaeological finds of the 20th century. These ancient Jewish texts, dating from the 3rd century BCE to the 1st century CE, include biblical manuscripts, sectarian writings, and other ancient texts that have provided invaluable insights into the religious beliefs, practices, and social dynamics of the time. The Dead Sea Scrolls have greatly enhanced our understanding of the development of the Hebrew Bible and the origins of Christianity and Judaism. They have also shed light on the diverse religious landscape of the Second Temple period, revealing the existence of various Jewish sects and their differing interpretations of Scripture. The detailed study of these texts continues to yield new discoveries and interpretations, offering a deeper understanding of the ancient world. The scrolls have provided scholars with a direct connection to the thoughts and beliefs of ancient Jewish communities. The physical condition of the scrolls has also fascinated researchers, as they have survived for over 2 millennia in the harsh desert environment. Preservation techniques and technologies developed through the study of the Dead Sea Scrolls have advanced the field of archaeology significantly. The ongoing research into these texts helps bridge gaps in historical knowledge and offers a more comprehensive view of ancient religious and cultural practices. Number 17. Padmanabhaswamy Temple. So much speculation has built up around the contents of Vault B of the Padmanabhaswamy Temple in Kerala, India, that it's almost become a legend. It's said that there are solid gold ropes in there, along with Napoleon's coin collection, belts made from diamonds, gigantic emeralds, and barrels full of gold. The only issue is that the doors of the vault can only be opened by an incantation, and nobody knows what the chant is. The origins of the temple, which is dedicated to Vishnu, are shrouded in mystery. It's referenced in Tamil writing from the 6th century, but is thought to have been considered old even back then. Vault B is the only one of the temple's 6 vaults that has never been opened. All of the other 5 contained treasures, but the richest of them are believed to be in this 6th vault. The giant cobras carved onto its doors are said to represent an ancient curse. Indeed, an expedition in 1931 gave up on their attempt to open the doors when they were suddenly attacked by a number of cobras who emerged from either below or behind the doors. It's incredible that it's never been opened and even more surprising that nobody even appears to be brave enough to try. The legends and mysteries surrounding Vault B continue to intrigue and tantalize both locals and researchers alike. The sheer amount of treasure believed to be inside has fueled endless speculation and curiosity. The stories of ancient curses and mythical treasures add an aura of mystique and danger to the vault. Despite modern technology and scientific advances, the secrets of Vault B remain securely hidden behind its mysterious doors. The ongoing fascination with the vault reflects humanity's enduring interest in hidden treasures and ancient mysteries. Number 18. Vampire Graves. Upon excavating a 17th century cemetery in Drabsko, Poland, researchers discovered a few odd graves. Some of the deceased had been buried with heavy stones or sickles placed on their necks. It's thought that these measures were to prevent any posthumous mischief. We found a female skeleton with an iron sickle around her neck and a padlock on her toe. When news broke, headlines described the shocking find as a female vampire. Traditional Slavic cultures were known to cremate their dead, as they believed only this process would release their souls. But sometime between the 7th and 9th centuries, after missionaries converted them to Christianity, they began burying them instead. This new practice seemed to have provoked certain fears, prompting their attempts to prevent the dead from rising as vampires. Until the 19th century, people used to believe that vampires were one of the most active demonic creatures. These graves provide a fascinating glimpse into the fears and beliefs of the past. They show how cultural practices evolved and how deeply rooted superstitions influence burial rites. The discovery also highlights the blend of pagan and Christian traditions in early Slavic societies. Such findings continue to intrigue historians and archaeologists, offering a window into the minds and lives of our ancestors. Number 19. Troy. Unearthing the mythical city. The ancient city of Troy, immortalized in Homer's epic poems, was long considered a mere legend until its discovery by archaeologist Heinrich Schliemann in the late 19th century. Located in modern-day Turkey, Troy's excavation revealed multiple layers of settlement dating back to the early Bronze Age. The city's strategic location near the Dardanelles Strait made it a vital trade hub and a site of frequent conflict. Schliemann's discovery of a large fortified city and a wealth of artifacts, including gold jewelry and weapons, provided evidence that the legendary city described in the Iliad was based on historical reality. The site of Troy consists of 9 distinct layers, each representing a different period of settlement and destruction. The most famous layer, known as Troy 7, is believed to correspond to the city of King Priam, described in Homer's epics. The study of Troy has provided valuable insights into the ancient civilizations of the Aegean and their interactions. Excavations revealed extensive fortifications, indicating the city's importance and the numerous conflicts it faced. The artifacts found, such as pottery, tools, and weapons, offer a glimpse into the daily lives and technological advancements of its inhabitants. Troy's discovery has not only confirmed elements of ancient myths, but also helped historians understand the broader historical and cultural context of the region. The ongoing exploration of Troy bridges the gap between myth and history, showcasing how archaeological evidence can illuminate ancient legends. This remarkable site remains a symbol of the enduring human fascination with history, legend, and the search for truth. Number 20. Monumental Mysteries, Easter Island and Stonehenge. Easter Island is a small island in the Pacific Ocean, famous for its massive stone statues called moai. These statues, made by the Rapa Nui people, are like giant human figures carved from volcanic rock. The Rapa Nui believed that these statues represented their ancestors, who they considered divine beings. They thought the statues provided spiritual protection and fertility to the island. Despite their significance, the construction and transportation of these statues remain a mystery. Some theories suggest that the Rapa Nui used wooden rollers, sleds, and ropes to move the moai across the island, but no one is entirely sure. The placement of the statues and the eventual decline of the Rapa Nui civilization are still debated topics among archaeologists. The mystery surrounding Easter Island adds to its allure, attracting visitors and researchers from around the world. Stonehenge, located in Wiltshire, England, is another ancient site shrouded in mystery. This prehistoric monument consists of a circle of large standing stones, surrounded by various ceremonial structures and burial mounds. Dating back to the Neolithic and Bronze Age, Stonehenge's purpose remains unclear. Some theories suggest it served as an astronomical observatory, while others propose it was a sacred burial site. The construction of Stonehenge, with its precisely aligned stones and intricate jointing, demonstrates the remarkable engineering skills of prehistoric people. Which discovery do you think was most shocking? Let me know in the comments. Stay tuned for future videos, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you in the next one.